Market update here on the 3rd. So we hit the target that I laid out on Friday. It should be interesting to see if that holds. We have a supply zone that it hit today. That ends at 413. There are a few other possibilities I'll just go over real quick. And the possibilities, this is more likely right here. If we get a WXY move all the way up to 416, then this would have to be 1, 2, 3, pull back 4, and get a 5th wave up here. That's one possibility up to 416. That's the 1.61 fib of this. And then the very unlikely possibility of this being a diagonal, which would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. That's even less unlikely. So wanted to lay that out though. That would be a diagonal. See how it starts off with a diagonal and then comes and turns into a 5-wave move. But WXY is still what I think this is, except for I don't like it got outside the parallel lines. Let's see how far this pulled back. This pulled back to the 0.61 fib. So again, we hit my target though, so I'm still watching for a pullback here. But if we get a corrective move, which this looks pretty corrective, let's just go on lower time frames and look at this. So I'm pretty sure that this is still a B wave here. So we got an A wave down. If this is a 5-wave or an ABC move lower and we get a 4th wave lower and then go higher, this is definitely an A wave then. You can tell by the timing of it, it didn't take very long at all. And then we come up here and take the whole day on this B wave. So you can tell it's a B wave as well because of this right here. And so for that reason, I think that at the minimum, you should get something like this. And then this would probably, this would turn red right here. We'd probably get a red candle right here, back down here to, let's see, probably come down here to like 407.30. And then what was the low today? 408.94. So we'd probably get something at least 408.94, but probably lower, I would think. Maybe down here to 408.50. And I'd be looking at that as either the beginning of a 4th wave, probably a beginning of the 4th wave, honestly. It'd probably end up being A, then we get another B wave back here into supply, and we probably come down farther. Just because that would be such a small 4th wave. This 4th wave might take a few days. Might be going into Wednesday around like 407. And I think that a pullback even farther than that, if it is a 4th wave, would be unlikely. Let's just see. Well, it could go to 404.74. Could come all the way down here to 4-hour demand, I guess. Be a little bit farther than I would think, but if you go down here to 407, the 1.61 fib is close to that. So maybe it pulls back that far and then melts up to 416, or this is the beginning of some kind of corrective move lower. We've had corrective moves this whole time, the whole year, so could be a start of a move down, but I'm just leaving the option open that I could go to 416 because of how explosive this move right here was. And really, I wanted to see more of a impulsive move. We got a impulsive move down for about 30 minutes, and then the rest of the day it chopped up. So it's not really overall looking impulsive to me. It looks more like a corrective move. So for that reason, I could see it doing something like this and then going higher. Maybe something like this. And then going higher or going down lower. I would say that the diagonal is definitely the least likely though. So tomorrow I would say look at least for 408.50, but I think we're going to get a red candle here. And at the farthest, I would say it can probably go down here to 404 before going higher or starting to move down. So again, we are in supply though, so that's another reason why I think it's going to go down tomorrow. Let's go over QQQ. So QQQ, same thing as SPY, came back up, but ended up red on the day. Same thing as SPY. I think this is a B wave here. We got an ABC move here. So probably gonna need something like that. Actually, down here, I think on the 1 hour, there is a, say this is a pretty good demand zone right here at 315.86. We get a pretty big candle up here. That's on the 1 hour time frame. The 1.61 fib. All of this A wave pretty much goes right into that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got something down here at 315. And then after that, just have to watch. Same as SPY. What I think was a top here at 321 could be the top. And if it keeps on going higher for some reason, then you'd want it to hold, obviously, 321. But if it got above that, there is another supply zone at 324 to 329. So, again, just waiting to see what happens. This pattern right here was pretty tricky. And I've gone over this a bunch of different times. I thought it was 5 waves. I can also see it being an upward trended like 333. You go over this, it works out perfectly as far as how far the dips go. I can show you real quick. So this is W. We got 273 bottom here at 259. That's $14. $14 above 284 is 298. 298 right there. So WXY. We pull back here to 289. The bottom here was 273. That's $16. $16 on top of 298 is 314. So you can see how it seems like it's a 333 and not even an impulsive move. And so I've been playing around with it a little bit, and I think it could be this as well. And then this is probably either the pullback or this is actually maybe an expanded flat. But again, I'm just watching supply zones. There's a lot up in the air right now, but we did hold the supply zone today. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I would expect it to come down here, probably down here to this 1 hour area. And at least down here to, I would say low 317s minimum. But if we're going to go all the way down to 317 and the 1.61 fib is down here, I would be surprised if it comes down here to 315. And then we'll have to watch it after that and see what happens. The only reason that I say the supply zone's higher, like on Friday I was more confident, but the way that Microsoft and Apple are looking right now, I'll show you what I mean on Microsoft. So Microsoft, third wave, I think hit right here. Remember the 1.61 fib is here at 288. It went right above that and pulled back. And I think that Microsoft is also in a B wave here. So A, B, C. I'm actually looking for like 282.74 tomorrow. And then that would be a fourth wave. And then all along I've had a target of 291 for this wave to end at. And so I would be looking for it to melt up to 291. So that's the reason I'm saying on QQQ, if we come down here, we'll have to see if it can hold 321 when it comes up higher at some point, because I think Microsoft's probably going to go higher, and I think that Apple as well. We have WXY, we know the 1.61 fibs here at 177. Then we have 1, 2, we zoom in here a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is a third wave right here. Fourth wave. I think this fifth wave is going to end up being a third wave overall. So I think that Apple will also start a fourth wave. Because I thought this was going to be an ABC pattern, but it kept on going today. So this goes all the way up here. Let's say it goes to 167. Gets outside this parallel line. I'd be looking for a pullback to low 160s. And then you can see that the target is going to be right up here for 5 waves, right around 177. So yeah, that's the reason that I'm kind of not concerned, but I think that there's potential that this could come down here and then go a little bit higher. If Apple went to 177 on this move, then that's another, what is that, like another 5%? So that would mean QQQ could go all the way up to like 335, 340. So just got to watch it day by day. It changes every single day. And let's go over Tesla now. Tesla is a little bit different. Fell off a cliff after the delivery numbers. And I think it was 5 waves. So if it's 5 waves, we know that we're going to at least get a C wave. So we get 5 waves down here into daily demand here at 192. So I'm looking for something back here into the daily supply. Minimum 198, probably up here to 200, maybe up here to 201, but not past 204. So I'm looking for a bounce on Tesla tomorrow, and then I would be looking for, let's say we go to 200, I'd be looking for something around 185 to 182, which again is down here at daily demand. So that's either going to be a third wave down, or that's going to end up being ABC. I'm leaning towards ABC. I think that this is probably some kind of wave 1. We're going to get something like that, I think. So Tesla's a little bit different, but if it's going to bounce tomorrow, then we'll see what happens. Microsoft, again, has $4 more upside. Apple's got $11 upside. Tesla potentially up to, what was it? I think it was 220. No. It is, if they go to 185, then we'd be starting our move higher up here to 275 again. So this should be a shallow dip. The only other possibility on Tesla is if this ends up being a C wave. This would end up being, let's see, this started on February 9th. The only other possibility is this. Because this was a 5-wave move, so it could end up being a 5-wave move down. It's either going to be ABC down, and we're going to look at it like this, or it's going to end up being WX and then a 5-wave move down here, in which it could not go past 133. So Tesla is actually a good buy today. For tomorrow, I think it can go all the way up here to 200, and then we should almost 100% get more downside here to 180. Doesn't matter if it's going down, doesn't matter if it's going up, it's going to have one more move down. Meta, again, same thing as Apple and Microsoft. We have 1, 2, 3, fourth wave, fifth wave. So you can see why I think that QQQ might have a little bit more higher to go. unfortunately. I'm ready for it to dip too. So that's pretty much what I see. I think that based on QQQ and all these stocks, there could be a fourth wave and another move higher here to 416 on SPY, but not much higher than that. And then I think that QQQ, if it's going to dip here, I would be very surprised if it got above, let's see. I would be very surprised if it got above 329. But if it gets to the supply zone, I guess I won't be surprised. But I thought that 321 would be the top. So we'll see how it goes. Still could be the top, but a lot of these stocks are making me think it might go a little bit higher. Let's go over the dollar. Dollar still not doing anything. I really wish it would make a move. You know what? It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, second wave. Yeah, this could be the start of a third wave down. But again, I'm waiting for it to break outside of these lines, and it did earlier in the morning, and then it came straight back down. It's a third wave. We'd be looking for down around 101. So the dollar does look like it could be a 5-wave move still, and in the third wave of the 5th wave. We'll have to watch and see. If so, 101 still. But again, the dollar is showing that even if it is in a 5th wave and it goes like that, we should get a big move higher, back up to like 103, 104 here in the next like couple of weeks. So I'm not really, I'm not confident short term, but through April, I think we're going to get a big dip. So even if this goes higher here short term, and these stocks end up making their highs that I've been talking about for a while now instead of later, then it's going to be interesting because this might end up being it too. We don't know yet. So again, let's see what happens tomorrow. I'm expecting a dip on QQQ, dip on SPY, dip on Meta, dip on Tesla after it retraces at 200, Microsoft dip to 282, Apple low 160s, and then higher to 177, higher to 291. And yeah, I'll put the rest in the description. So that's it for this video. That was longer than expected, but I think tomorrow should be a decent dip down to at least low 317s. That's it. Have a good night.